Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups to me sometimes feels as if there's a little bit of this stuck feeling, you know. I wonder if maybe lately you have been feeling some kind of digestive thing going on, right? Some queasiness or like a tension. This is not a medical reading, but I feel as if there's just this uneasiness, you know, about you right now. This feeling that something's just not working out right, you know. And it might be a gut feeling. You know, you kind of have a little bit of a knot in your gut telling you something needs to be looked at, you know. Let's put this into some context. Let's see what's going on here. We got a Three of Pentacles, something that you're in the middle of, something that's already in motion. You're kind of feeling a little bit unsure, maybe. There might be this, there might be a question now of like, gosh, did I do the right thing? Am I in the right group? Am I in the right project? Am I on the right path? Okay, we got that moon energy, Two of Pentacles, Chariot. Ooh, okay, Nine of Pentacles, pretty good. But the Eight of Cups, we have a Princess of Cups, a lot of cups here, Ace of Pentacles and Two of Cups, a lot of water. See, it really is kind of about how we're feeling about something that we're in the middle of. Now, you'll have to excuse my voice. I do have a chest cold. I do have laryngitis. And hit the cough button throughout the reading, but that's okay. We can do it. I feel as if you've already made a big change in your life. There's the Two of Pentacles. Something has already been decided. You already agreed to do something. You started the job. You started the relationship. You started out on some path. Okay. And I think now we're just kind of feeling a little unsure. There's just this gut feeling of, you know, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right decision? Maybe it's even this kind of feeling of being stuck a little bit. That's kind of like, oh, now I agreed to this thing, now I'm stuck here, right? Or stuck as in, I'm not seeing the progress that I thought I would, you know, that things are not advancing toward this Nine of Pentacles fast enough, right? Well, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here, put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, okay? If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down below. Let's get into it. Major Arcana and the cough button. Major Arcana, we have these two. Okay, so I feel like you know that this was not a guarantee, right? It's kind of like we set out on this journey, and we know where we want to go, we know where we want to end up, but we don't know exactly what the ride is going to be like getting there. You know, there's going to be some setbacks, there's going to be some obstacles, we're going to have to maybe take some detours and things like that. So it's not like you didn't know what to expect, right? But the Moon card is saying you knew to expect the unexpected. You knew that this is really kind of a risk. It's kind of a gamble in a way. That you were starting out on something because it felt right, because it felt like this is it. This is where I'll succeed. This is going to be the right thing. I feel like it was kind of a gut feeling or an intuitive feeling that got you started. And now it's kind of that gut feeling that's making you wonder if you made the right choice, you know. Interesting thing here is that I don't see any air cards, right? Let's take a look. We got Major Arcana, right? We don't have any fire. We don't have any air. What we do have is water, 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 earth, 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 earth. And even water in the majors, right? Because this is the card that rules the sign of Cancer. This rules the sign of Pisces. We got a lot of water and earth. In fact, the whole reading is water and earth, which is interesting. We always talk on this channel about fire and earth, right? Heaven to earth, above to below, impulse to behavior, will to action, inspiration to implementation, right? The idea and the manifestation of it. That act of creation, right? What we have now is water and earth. So it's kind of like we're in our emotions, and maybe our emotions are kind of guiding our behaviors a little bit here. And in that sense, maybe we don't really want to do anything right now. Because if we do anything right now, it's going to be from emotion. We're going to be acting from emotion. It's going to be water to earth. It's going to be feeling to behavior, right? Rather than will to behavior, right? Or impulse, or that, the kind of passion. It's going to be, I'm feeling kind of bad right now, and that's going to determine my behavior. I don't think we want to do that. Right? I think that this is a sign for you. This is saying that, hey, maybe now is not the time to really make any significant changes in your life, because you're in this emotional place where any decision you make is going to be motivated or influenced heavily by how you're feeling right now. And what we know about feelings, obviously, is that feelings fluctuate. Feelings come and go. Feel that the waves go in and they wash back out again. I apologize for my voice. I'm hitting the cough button so I don't have to bombard you with that noise of me coughing. I apologize. I think what we're being instructed to do with this Chariot card, especially at the top of the path of the dove here, is to continue on the path. Don't do anything. Don't make any significant changes. Don't make any big moves right now. Stay the course until some time passes, some amount of time, right? Because if we do anything now, it's just going to be a reaction to how we feel in this moment. And we know that this was a journey that was going to have a lot of variables, right? We knew to expect. Someone told you, hey, this is going to be a bumpy ride. There's going to be a lot of turbulence here, okay? Just letting you know. And then we get on the plane, and the plane starts bumping up and down, and we're like, let me off this thing. I'm going to jump out the side of the plane. Don't do that unless you're a professional. That's the worst thing I could think of, jumping out of a plane. But it's kind of like that. It's like we were told that it was going to be kind of unknown. It's going to be variable. There's going to be ups and downs. The market's going to fluctuate, whatever. We know that this is let's say a new relationship. Let's say it's a new job. Let's say you made a shift in your life path, in your creative outlet, in the work that you do. You made a big something. Two of Pentacles. You made a choice recently that was going from here now to over here, right? So it's something kind of new. And, at the beginning, we're starting something kind of new. We know it's going to be a little rocky. We're going to have to get our sea legs. We're going to have to get to know the person. There's going to be a whole learning process. Maybe it's a new position at work. Maybe it's a new career altogether. Maybe you're transitioning from career to retirement, or maybe you're beginning a new business. You're starting a new business or a new avocation. Maybe you're learning an instrument. I don't know what it is, right? It could be all sorts of things. But no one ever promised it was going to be just smooth sailing, right? And you know that. And what we need here is maybe a little bit of air, because we have too many feelings going on right now. And it's just like we're in one of those periods of the Seven of Cups where things just feel a little stuck, a little stagnant. It kind of stinks right now. This is that period of time where I really don't like it, and we could let this motivate our behavior, and we could act rather reactionary, reacting to the emotions. Or we can say, if we have any air energy, excuse me for one second. That cough button, it really is handy. Or we could say, look, this is maybe I'm just having a bad day. I'm having a dull moment. Maybe there's some sort of creative blockage, writer's block. Maybe this is just a day where we're just not feeling that good about our choice. I'm not enjoying myself so much right now. Well, that's okay. No one said that you had to enjoy every single moment of every single day on this new path. If this is a relationship or something, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be days where, the two of you are just kind of in a mood, or there's other things going on, or there's just something that, we don't have to interpret every kind of unwanted or unpleasant feeling as, oh my gosh, this was a disaster. This is a sign that I should not have made this decision, I kind of feel like this reading is a sign that says not everything is a sign, Not every feeling that we have is, it's spirit sending me a message that, I'm in the wrong place right now, that I should not have done this. Especially when we don't see anything else going on, right? There's no fire, there's no air. And even the major arcana are kind of hinting at this too. Let's say the Chariot is going through this kind of this darkness. We're going through the wilderness. This is the part of the journey where the carriage is traveling through the dark forest, right? And we know that the dark forest has scary things, but we just keep driving forward. We don't get out. We don't, you just drive through the other side. And I think you're going to see the kind of the light at the end there. So the three then, we had the two, something began. Now we're in the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles in some ways is kind of our expectation because we know what the potential could be. So we have this kind of ideal. We have this one of like Plato's, ideas or forms. We know what this really should look like. We all have an idea of, let's say love, because we got the Two of Cups there at the end, don't forget. We all have this idea of love and what love should be. But very rarely does that ideal ever play out in real life. We think love as, just constant butterflies and constant joy and bliss and this kind of, fairy tale emotional experience. Very rarely is it like that, right? In actual practice, it's something a lot different. This card's also talking about how in this situation, whatever this is, now it doesn't have to be romance. I'm not trying to scare you away from the reading here. Stick with me. This could be a business thing. It could be a career choice. It could be a life choice, whatever it was, right? In order for you to really succeed and really have this kind of this bliss experience that we want in this situation, or to even have the Two of Cups at the end, right? To be able to, get through all of these feelings and at the end of it, just be very satisfied and very secure and very, very confident in the choice that you made, right? So it's kind of here, we made the choice and now we're going to feel later rather than feeling first and then behaving, right? We made this choice, and I don't know what this choice was or what motivated this choice. But anyway, you're here. So you made this move, whatever this is. And then at the end of all of this, we're going to go through the ups and downs of things, and then you're really going to feel that kind of security. You're going to feel like, yeah, this is the right thing for me to do. You're going to have that realization, but not if you cut and run at the first kind of unwanted, uncomfortable feeling, okay? And I think that's what the three is, because the three says you've got to be on board. Your heart, your mind, and your body have to be on board with this, have to be ready to go. And I do feel like you've been having some kind of stomach or digestive issue recently, right? And obviously go to the doctor if it's concerning, or follow your medical professional's advice. This isn't a medical reading. I'm not qualified for that. But I feel like it's kind of this queasiness, this uneasiness about like, did I make the wrong move, right? But we're feeling that. We're not actually having the conversation with ourselves because there's no air energy here. And I think this might have to be my last reading for the day because I can't stop coughing. Have a sip of my tea here. Okay, better now. Cured, as they say. The Nine of Pentacles in the future position is showing that this really is something that we want to experience. We want to get here. So we're going to keep working on this. We know there's potential here, but we just have to kind of get over these intermittent feelings, these uncomfortable emotions that we have, these feelings that we're experiencing, and we have to keep driving forward and to get to the progress. And now this is, again, the Nine of Pentacles is the visible sign of progress. Now we can see that, oh yeah, okay, this is working out. Like, we're seeing things grow. We're seeing the money's coming in, or, we're seeing that things are getting better, things are improving, things are building, growing, and, progressing. And this is what we want. We want to see that progress. So maybe part of this is just that, yeah, you're in the middle of this journey, this path that you're on, but all of the actual results are still potential. Nothing has quite materialized yet, maybe it's a new job thing, and you've taken this job, and maybe it's just been a lot of work, and it's just like, I don't feel that I don't see the benefit of me taking this new position or starting this new job. And so we kind of start to have that queasiness that's making us feel like this wasn't the right choice, okay? I'm still hoping for some air energy in that mystery card. It'd be nice if that was maybe the Ace of Swords or Six of Swords. I think would be very nice there. But the Nine of Pentacles is the success, is the progress that you can achieve here. But we have to get through this initial stage of feeling kind of iffy about it. The Nine of Pentacles also reminds us that success is not a state of affairs. It's not a Ten of Pentacles, right? The real success, the living of your best life, real success is a 9. It is a function, it is a verb, it's an active number, it's an odd number, right? It's something that we have to do. We have to be, we have to, perform, we have to live the best life, right? So it's not a state of things, it's a function, it's how we are making our way through the situation. In other words, it's work, right? It's work. And so, being that it is work, being that it is an active card that requires us to act in the world and take actions, that means that there has to be something for us to act upon. There has to be some sort of disharmony, right? You know what I mean? Things can't be absolutely perfect because then no action's required. If we had a 6, right? We don't have a 6, no. If we had a 6, then that is the perfection. Right? That is absolute, the best day, the success, everything is absolutely perfect. Requires no input from me. That's a temporary state, because then we fall to a 5 or we fall to a 7, right? And so the work is reharmonizing, getting back to the 6, getting back to that feeling of this is the best day of my life. If we want that feeling, we have to do the work. We have to realize that life is nothing but a process of going from a 5 to a 6, to a 7 back to a 6, 5 to a 6. It's all about just coming back to the balance, coming back to that harmony, to that best day ever. All right, so the Chariot, I think, is very important because it's the endurance, it's the devotion that you have to this. You know that this is something that is going to take a lot of spiritual fortitude. You got to be strong here, right? Especially as you're going through this kind of uncertain, dark period of this business, this relationship, this project, this endeavor, whatever it is. You know that you're going through that dark forest. You got to fortify it. You got to be strong, right? We don't want to slow down. We don't want to get stuck in the mud here, right? Stuck in this quicksand, because then this really becomes scary, right? It's bad enough when you're cruising through, but if you had to slow down, you get a flat tire or something, then you start really getting creeped out because you start hearing more things and seeing the eyes looking back at you. It's not so bad when you're in the car and you're just zooming through, So the Chariot requires us to be rather fortified, spiritually strong and devoted and committed to this path that you're on, whatever it may be. And then we, of course, we get over to the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups, it's kind of, it obviously is worse than the 7, right? Because it's kind of a sinking deeper. And this is almost a giving up. When we're in the 7, at least we're still in that the active motion of things, right? It's because it's an odd number, it's a function, like a 9, right? We're still struggling. We're still trying to scramble and get ourselves out of the mud here. When you get to the 8, that's when you get the flat tire and the scary forest, the haunted woods, you know? And the 8 of Cups is when you just kind of give up and you just say, I quit. I'm just getting this. I guess I live here now, right? And waiting for whatever monsters to come and to tear us to pieces. So this is when you kind of give up the fight. You know, you give up pushing forward. And I think we need to be careful with this because it is easy to go when we have a 7. It's easy to keep sinking down into an 8 rather than trying to get to a 6. Maybe this will be the 6 of Cups. That would be very nice. It's going to be a 6 of something. I'm crossing my fingers. Because we don't want to keep sinking deeper to the point where we just now stop even struggling, right? But I think there's a secret key, a secret mystery in this card. Because if you think of in quicksand, right? They say, anyway, I've never been in quicksand, that you don't want to struggle to get out. You don't want to frantically move around and you know, that you want to kind of be easy, gentle. You don't really want to move very much. You want to take very deliberate actions, right? So maybe it's good that we have an 8. Because maybe this is saying, don't frantically scramble to try to get out of this. Just let it be. Just feel it. Feel how you feel. Don't run away from your feelings. Don't try to scramble and get out of the quicksand. We don't want to sink any deeper, and that's kind of what happens in quicksand. If you start struggling, you're going to sink deeper and deeper and deeper. We don't want to do that, so maybe we just kind of stop fighting it. And sit with it. See how we feel. And just acknowledge, honor our feelings. We're not trying to get rid of negative emotions. We're not trying to run away from how we feel. We don't want those feelings to sink worse. We don't want to feel worse. We don't want to get worse, or, you know, we certainly don't want to let how we feel dictate our behaviors. Okay. But I think the first thing really with this 8 is to acknowledge that we feel a certain way about this. And why? Well, this is how I feel. Now, why do I feel this way? You know, what's really going on here? Is this just kind of, I'm just kind of got cold feet, you know? Or is there something else going on? But we're not letting that lead to a decision or an action yet. We're just trying to think about it and feel it. All right, giving space to this feeling. All right. The Princess of Cups in the position of the environment. This is you with the ability to dream and feel, right? This is you now giving space to all of your dreams and feelings and fantasies and all this stuff. So I kind of feel as if this path that you're on, whatever it is, I feel like it is, I feel like it's something that it's an expression of your, of your soul, really. I think it's maybe like a lifelong dream. This is something that almost feels like it should be too good to be true, you know? Something that feels like it shouldn't be real, right? Like you shouldn't be allowed to do something like this because it's kind of like, I don't, you know, I'm trying to think of an example, but just something maybe from your childhood that you've always dreamed of doing, and now you're getting this opportunity to do it, and it's almost like there's a guilt about it, right? It's almost like there's no way it could be this good. There's no way that I should be allowed to do this, you know? I feel like this is also a card that is allowing us to accept the fact that whatever this path is, it's a new path. It's a Princess of Cups. It's a dream that is kind of just starting out. So you're going through the growing pains of it. You know, there's going to be some uncomfortable feelings at first as you really start to mature into this new energy. And because it's in the position of the environment, I feel like this is kind of you as the new person in this place. And maybe this is, you know, your first day on the job kind of thing. And there's this like nervousness about it. There's this even this feeling of like, I really don't deserve to be here, right? But again, fortify ourselves spiritually, do what needs to be done. Keep on this course. Don't make any sudden moves here. I apologize for that cough button. It's really coming in handy today. The Ace of Pentacles in the position of what we do not want is important, because that's what we don't want to take another. We don't want to go backwards either, right? We have 2, 3, and we go back to a 1. We don't want to undo this. We don't want to go back on our decision. So really the Ace is saying we don't want to do anything. We don't want to let these feelings manifest on the plane of the earth element. We don't want to let it manifest as action in the material world. We can feel them, we can analyze them, we can stay with these feelings, give as much space to them as we need, but we have to try not to let them influence our behavior, especially if that is going to lead us to kind of go back on, to undo what we've already done, right? We have to push forward, right? And I think what we're coming to is really this joy, it's like this is really stormy weather, right? It kind of looks stormy, you know? This is the calm after the storm. This is you getting on the other side of these feelings and thinking, I love this. I'm so glad I didn't give up. I'm so glad I didn't, change my mind and go back. I'm so happy. This is love, right? And this is us accepting love as love should be, with all of its ups and downs, right? We love this kind of scary part of the journey just as much as we love all of the success that we're going to find and all the joy and happiness that we're going to experience. Because I think that this is something that is a reflection of you. It's something that you want on a very deep soul level. You know that this is an expression of yourself. This is a manifestation of your love, right? Whatever this work is that you're doing, if it's a relationship or whatever. And so with that, we know that there's going to be the ups and downs, and at that first uncomfortable feeling, you don't just cut and run. You stick with it, right? Because you love it. And this is meant for you. Now I want to look at that mystery card, and hopefully I'm not too far off the mark when I say it's going to be a 6. But you never know with these things, right? If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we've got. We've got the Hermit. Yeah. The Hermit's about taking space. The Hermit is saying, I'm withdrawing from the physical world, and I'm going to see what's going on inside. I'm looking to illuminate what's going on inside of me. That's the Hermit, right? And so this is a confirmation that says, do not allow any of these feelings, whatever, don't let them to manifest in the world as action. You're withdrawing from the world of action and going within to give space to your feelings and to let them pass, let them wash over you, whatever you got to do. So this is really the summary of the entire reading. Go within, see what's going on inside of you before you let it become that behavior, right? Before you take action based on these feelings that you may not even know exactly what these feelings are or why you're feeling the way you are, right? So go within and discover that first. And then I think give it some time and some space, and you'll see daybreak. You'll see the calm that's coming after this. I feel like we're just kind of freaking out a little bit because something is, it's just it's new, we're nervous, we're freaking out. It's going to be okay. Don't do anything rash, don't do anything impulsive. Let the feelings do their thing and let them go again. Don't identify too heavily or too strongly with them, and they'll pass, right? So the Hermit's the name of the game right now. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to click on the link up top or down below, you can check out the extended reading. New readings for Scorpio every Wednesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know, Scorpio, that you're the most important part of any tarot reading, the most important part of this channel. And I thank you, and I love you. And we're all in this together.